Hey, what is up, guys? Rudolph here, man. We are back with another video. This time we're doing a review of the most recent episode, episode 13, Tower of God. Man, I must say, for a webtoon, they're really taking off lately. I think I kind of discussed this a little bit in the last video. I talked about Tower of God. I think that was a video I made of my thoughts on the anime. So if you guys are interested, go check that out. But oh man, so far webtoons have really been taking out and taking off. Which, when I say webtoons, I just mean Korean, Korean manga. Which basically, webtoons are. I'm pretty sure that's just the app everyone uses to watch or read these Korean mangas. But I'm not sure on a full aspect. I just knew the term webtoons before I knew anything else about Korean mangas and things like that. So. Let's jump into it, man. Tower of God, really great so far. And this episode, I thought episode 12 was the season ender or cliffhanger or something. I just was not expecting a new episode, and I don't know when this episode came out. I could be late already just making this video, but I'm surprised that there was a new episode at all. And I checked it out, and best believe it answered a lot of questions. So it got into Rachel's side of it of why she basically did what she did. Now, at first, I was completely like baffled at the betrayal, but not fully because there was like the director. I knew when Bam had went to go talk to the I don't know who he went to go talk to, and but that granted him to allow him to travel with Rachel or whatever. And I knew that the director asked Rachel something, and they never showed what he just said like, what do you desire or something like that, and basically it never showed her opinion, right? So that was kind of a little bit of a like a cliffhanger there. So I knew something was up in that situation. So when she did push him, I wasn't 100% sure, shocked, but yeah, I was still surprised at what happened. And yeah, really great storytelling. That's just straight up right there. Just great storytelling. But yeah. So further in the episode though, we learned well a lot of things happened. The Rankers quit. Was one. And two, Rachel's plan almost went exactly as she wanted. Well, not really wanted, but exactly as the was it what was it, the guy with the bunny ears, I forget his name, but he basically said, if you want to be the star, kill Bam, and it worked really in exactly the way it should have. Killing him, they all decided to protect Rachel, right? All of Bam's friends decided to side with her, and as they climbed the tower, so and help her, right? So there's like picked up her and was like, well, we're gonna use her and we're gonna run with it, right? I mean, we're gonna do this for Bam, basically. And now that's all fine and dandy, but Rachel's doing this wheelchair act, and I don't know how long that can last, right? How long can she survive? Like, okay, and we'll get into this a little bit later, but it's as definitely has been like a time gap or whatever, and it's just not healthy to not walk. So it's just I'm just curious as to what Rachel will gain as far as or what how things have changed, right? So it's really what I'm most excited to see next is what is the new difference, right? So should we talk about, all right, but basically, okay, let me just say it like this: we knew Bam wasn't done for, right? We saw Bam get pushed, whatever. We knew that went to end of Bam. At least I knew. Maybe some of you guys may have thought for a split second was when the ranker said they couldn't find no other evidence of him. I knew that was a lie too, but maybe they just didn't know what happened to him. But that girl was, I've never caught her name, but I'm gonna just call her Navigator because I know she's a Navigator. The Navigator came to Bam's rescue and basically offered to train Bam, and Bam was like, "Where's heck is Rachel?" And this episode you can almost sum it up in like 3 seconds because of it was so much, really just backstory telling about why Rachel's thoughts on our events that had already happened and her train of thoughts, and basically how she got in a position she was in, right? So it was a lot that was kind of answered there, and not. And the crazy part is that Rachel had been gone for like 2 minutes at max longer than Bam. And we all thought like Rachel had like before by the time Bam had got sent to the tower, we thought Rachel had been like, we thought Rachel had been like, climbing the tower and doing things like that. It had only been like a 2 minute gap. So that's kind of the crazy part there that I noticed. And also, and Bam is basically, we kind of get a decisive, like he's pretty much, well, we kind of knew known earlier, just seeing some of the um feats he's done, that he was pretty much a special compared to other people, and obviously he's an irregular, so we knew that too. But it's just a lot that was kind of answered there on that as well. And like I said, it was just like a lot of backtracking, explaining Rachel, and that really was what the whole like first half of the episode was about. Then just the second half was just basically like the last 8 minutes, 6 minutes maybe, was the navigator finding Bam and offering to train him. Bam, still, just initially waking up, was still concerned about Rachel, realizing that she did push him. Then he went back to, I don't know. We never really got to see much more of Bam's opinion after that. But he did say that basically, he's gonna climb the tower to find the answers himself, right? So we kind of got that. He's maybe ready to do things for himself instead of Rachel now, and now he has his own motivation. So that's kind of really now what makes him a different character in whole. And as far as that, I think at the very, very end, we got a glimpse of the future Bam. If not if they did a time skip, cause somewhere was it? I just watched the episode and I cannot remember where, but in the episode somewhere somebody said, and I can't remember who said it, that it will be quite some. It might have been a navigator, but I'm not sure. They said it was be quite some time before you see Rachel again, and I can't remember who said that or why, but apparently that's what someone said, and yeah. So what this all means, Bam is now training and traveling with a navigator. So two things. He's basically like that Ranker Princess of Jihad we saw earlier, who was basically getting around the tower without actually doing. And most people go through there and go through these challenges or whatever, but she got to Bam without doing any thing that Bam had to do, right? So maybe now Bam won't have to do these little feeble challenges, and at the end as well, Bam, we never saw Bam kill anybody, right? There was never Bam never really resorted to violence, if and not even killed anybody. Now this it never showed his face, but I'm pretty sure by the hair, I'm pretty sure it's almost certain that this is Bam now. And just almost immediately, the biggest character change or shocker there, besides just him being a little older, is the fact that he killed monsters, right? We've yet to see him do any sort of killing at all in the entire first 12 episodes, right? I'm pretty sure he hasn't even barely harmed. Well, he killed the beast monster, which I guess that counts. But maybe because it was for Rachel's, it was justified to him. But other than that, he just did not really resort to violence or kill anybody. So that right there was a big changer right there. And like I said, he said I'll climb the tower, and in that instance, as you can see on the photo on the screen right now, you can almost see a different Bam just there. Even just even the hair looks kind of different to me in that scene. But anyways, yeah, you can just see there's a change as soon as that kind of happens with him. And then, like I said, it jumped to the end. If you stuck around for a little bit, you saw it was like 5 seconds of Bam, older Bam, which I'm sure. I hope I'm not misreading that. That wasn't like Bam, but longer hair, so you can tell it's been quite a bit of time. He has long hair again, like he did when Rachel first met him, and now, like I said, he killed a monster. So just entirely different Bam. That I can't even speak no more. That's just how crazy the episode was. But yeah, now we're just waiting on, I guess, the next one, right? So the next one will explain more, explain what happened. I don't know if we have to. Do we have to wait for another season, or will we be getting another episode next week? I'm not certain of that. If I find out anything, check the comments. I might leave a comment. If I might look up some after this video and check, and I might leave a comment about it. But either way, I think think that was pretty much everything for the video. It was really interesting. You don't need to make this one too long. But yeah, it was quite the expected turn that we all probably been waiting for. I know I've been waiting on something because if you've ever watched the opening of the show, Bam looks gloomy, right? Bam looks sad. Bam's walking around looking just just depressed, and so we never the opening never makes sense until about the end of the season or whatever, or end of the until they get the next opening out, right? So it's always a lot of like you see an opening and you see like 8 characters you don't never ain't never seen before, and by the end of the opening you know every single character in the opening. And that's kind of what it was here with Bam. That's kind of what it was here with Bam, and it was just like he looks depressed, but we get a definitely have a happy Bam through the whole series. So it was just almost a foreshadow of what was to come, of a betrayal in a sense with him. And I always thought it would have been Coon instead of, or if anybody. But yeah, a big shocker there. And so, like I said, what's really more interesting to me is if there is a time skip, right? This is Bam. There's been maybe like, let's say 2 years, three. Like this skip looks, yeah, Bam was already probably like really close to adolescent, hitting puberty. So it maybe not have been a big time skip, but obviously enough for him to grow. So yeah, we know it's been quite a minute, and it's just I'm really more interested to see the other characters as well. Like, where's Rachel? What's different about her and just everyone else that was following Bam at the time? Because everyone was fairly younger. If you really think about it, everyone that was climbing the tower was pretty fairly young, and there was a lot of room for them to grow at this point. So I wonder now. I can't imagine this being the case, but I wonder now will Bam have to go back? Now this would be the ultimate like character twist if Bam has to go back and basically eliminate these other guys, like everyone that was his friend and helping him, and that would be just a complete character swap. Now that would just be crazy there. But anyways, I think that's it for this video. If you guys liked it, please leave a comment and leave a like on the video and go ahead to the subscribe button. We'll be back with more Real Diversity. We are out. Peace.